A major scandal hitting Kentucky Democrat Governor Andy Beshear. He may run for the White House in 2 years. That was Kentucky State Auditor Allison Ball on her audit findings that Democrat Governor Beshear's office wasted millions of state taxpayer dollars in fiscal 2025 on lavish, extravagant spending for luxury hotels, limos, $5,000 spent in a Switzerland airport, huge expenses like $23 million spent on travel inside the state of Kentucky. Joining us now from House Judiciary, California Congressman Kiley. Congress, good to see you. This is extraordinary stuff. What's your reaction? The auditor found Beshear's office even wasted a huge $17,000 on just one dinner at a Kentucky distillery. That's a lot of money.
Wow, pretty crazy stuff. It sounds like he's taking a page from Gavin Newsom's book. So I think that this is part and parcel of a broad new level of scrutiny we're seeing across the country for wasteful and apparently in this case, extravagant spending at the expense of our taxpayers.
So what do you make of this? Illinois Democrat Governor J.B. Pritzker, he's also talked about running for the White House in 2 years. He's accused of botching it. The Chicago Bears NFL team may leave Chicago for Indiana. Illinois could lose up to $600 million in economic activity and revenues, Congressman. I mean, Indiana Governor Mike Braun says they have a framework for a deal to move the Bears about 20 miles south to Hammond, Indiana, that they're giving them the tax break and infrastructure needs they need.
Wow, that's fascinating, especially since the Bears are doing pretty well. I'm sure that Indiana would love to have them. And, you know, it is part of a trend that we're seeing in states like Illinois and like California that enact radical policies that are incredibly unfriendly towards businesses, especially small businesses, that raise taxes through the roof, that don't protect basic quality of life in terms of crime and homelessness, that utterly regulate every industry in a way that makes things totally unaffordable. We see this in California. We see this in Pritzker's Illinois. So it is interesting that these are the individuals who are saying we want to take these policies national. Indeed, our governor, Gavin Newsom, has called California a model for the nation. And if he gets to act on that, then, you know, folks all across America will see what it's like to live in California, where we lead the nation in absolutely all of the wrong ways.
You know, let's talk about that. You're trying to fight this mass exodus of businesses in California, the upper 1%, leaving the state because they want this wealth tax. And, you know, Google's co-founder, Sergey Brin, Larry Page, they're leaving California. They're trying to fight it, too. Can you talk to us about the wealth tax? I mean, isn't California's budget like $150 billion, way up, but it's still running budget debt? And now they're deficits, and now they're doing this kind of communist money grab to take people's assets.
Yeah, that's a great point to start with. So Gavin Newsom has almost doubled the state's budget. It's grown from about $200 billion to now $350 billion. And you look around and everything's gotten worse. We lead the nation in homelessness. We lead the nation in unemployment. We lead the nation in poverty. We lead the nation in illiteracy. And so the idea is, well, we just need more money and that's going to somehow make things better. There's no evidence for that whatsoever. But let's look at what this wealth tax actually does. It says that we're going to take 5% of the assets of those who qualify, starting with billionaires, but they'll surely keep moving the line down. And we're simply going to confiscate those assets. Nothing like this has ever existed in this country. It's not just a tax, it's outright asset seizure. And by the way, if you're a billionaire, you don't necessarily have 5% of your net worth in cash. So they're going to have to liquidate their assets. They're going to have to wind down their companies. It's so utterly impractical that you are seeing this exodus of the Mark Zuckerbergs, of the Steven Spielbergs, of the Sergey Brins and Larry Pages, of the Peter Thiels, just to name a few, who are already leaving California in anticipation of its passage. Because here's the other thing they're doing is they're going to apply it retroactively and say it applies to former residents, even if they've left the state, as long as they were in California at the beginning of this year.
You would have to pay way more money for an army of bureaucrats to enforce it than the amount that would be collected under a wealth tax. And you're right. You know, as soon as people leave, they're going to go after the middle class and the lower income classes and their assets. I mean, this is a classic communist money grabbing tax. It is hated overseas, and they abolished it in places like South America and Europe. Congressman Kiley, thank you so much.